Good day, good day, good day, good day, my good people. Love, peace, positive energy, and all that good shit. Right off the back, um, I want to say thank God. Thank God for me listening and was able to see a very, very dear, great friend of mine and to do exactly what I set out to do and said I was going to do is share and spread some love and positive energy. And it was even a better situation because he was up, awake, and alert and could receive it. And not only receive it, because he would have received it either way, but what made it better is that he was able to give it back with smiles and laughter and conversation. Because the last times that I had seen him, he wasn't able to conversate or was incoherent and what have not. And that was a beautiful blessing in itself altogether. So once again, I would say if you have some things or whatever that is on your heart and your mind or whatever the case or a combination of thereof, listen to yourself. I believe that yourself will thank you later. Whatever it may be, see it through to see if you're correct in what it is that you're feeling. And then, I don't know, I think that it could be something that you can actually build upon. Dig that. Dig that. This is going to be a session of me talking to me and in hopes that you get something out of it. As well as I think I may talk or be talking to a few people, but I am definitely talking to me. Yeah, I got some decisions to make and have to make them in order for me to, as I always say, I like easy. To make life easier for me and make, life easier on my mind, on my body, and my spirit. Yeah, that. So with that said, let's go and put this 10 in the rearview, shall we? Where we at? Dig that. Go. Yeah, that. First 10 in the rearview, baby. First 10 in the rearview. Yes, I've been listening to a lot of financial information, news, coming my direction. Listening to all these different people and trying to come to my own conclusion. And as I always say, that there's one in particular blockchain backer who is not in bed with sponsorships. So then therefore he doesn't have to say what it is that they want him to say. He's a human like all of us. We, as humans, have the tendency to be right and to be wrong. But he gives you history. He gives you data, and with that history and data, those are the facts. This guy sold a third of his portfolio. And then shortly after that, he sold half of his portfolio. And in that selling, took it off the exchanges, took it out of his crypto wallet, took it and cashed it out. I don't know if that's all the way into liquid cash or if that's just into a stable coin where it's in a safe zone. But either way it go, it's off the market, which says a lot. And then following this guy, he's been known to call tops and the bottoms, and he just presents the information the way that it is out in this world. Not trying to make it better or sound better or feel better. I'm just going to give it to you and then let you know what I'm doing. Okay. I've watched many of different analysts as well as content creators and analyzers of analysts talk. I've heard them quote things from him that he say something and all of a sudden everybody's saying it. Oh, the breath. I wasn't talking about the breath in the market, and not breath as in breathe. The breath is something that goes on with the Russell 2000 and breaking out, whole other story. But just give an example of things are not really talked about and said like that until this guy has said something about it. He stay getting chewed out because he doesn't go with the grain. He's going against the grain. Not purposely, but just giving you the facts, the data, and the history. I got a call today as well. And my bro was like, hey, this is what's up. This is what's popping. This is what's cracking. You know, do what you do. All right. Just another notch on the belt of things to think about, information to have in order to come to a conclusion and make a move. A move has got to be made. Even if you do nothing, that is a move. But do you want to deal with the consequences of not making a move? Something to think about. Make a move in your life, shorty. 20 going down. Boom, boom. I'm gonna have to make a hard decision. At the same time, is it really that hard? Yeah. 20 in that rear view. 20 in that rear view. Yeah. So it's like, okay, this is gonna be a crazy statement. Life seemed to have been simpler and easier when I was broke. Yeah, it was simpler. I don't have that, so I need to go to work in order to get this. Bam. It was just simpler. Not listening to something, watching something, how to grow this, how to move that, how to get more off that, watching for yields, watching this, that, can you stake it, can you do this, can you tax implications and blah 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 and swabba wabba swabba and wabba. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yet it can still be simple. It's either make a move or don't make a move. If you you don't make a move, it's gonna be like this. If you do make a move, it'll be like this. With a little more spices and stuff on it. But being broke, it was, hey, you wasn't worried about paying taxes. You was just going to get your taxes. You worked all hard, all damn year, and you was looking for your return. When you making money and you done moved out of a tax bracket, and you go to your tax man, it's how much do you owe? Because you need to owe some shit. You got to pay a little shit until you start learning all the games and how to slide in and out of these different rooms and situations and laws and whatever the hell not. But I wouldn't trade it in. With that said, I wouldn't trade it in. This is something new. This is something different. This is something that would, as people say, it makes you uncomfortable. And the way to get comfortable is to keep making yourself uncomfortable. Okay, I can see that. I feel that. And so, I'm uncomfortable as a motherfucker right now. But it's a crazy comfortable, like I said, that I've never been in before. It's like, yo, I'm moving shit. And I'm gonna have to move some shit. It's what it all comes down to, because do I want to deal with the consequences of not taking action? Like I said before, even if you do nothing, that's taking action. You took the stance of doing nothing. And which I think and I feel, I more think than I feel right now, because I try to take my feelings out this shit as much as possible. But boy, look at here, I'm an emotional, hey boy. Something's gonna have to be done. Put this 30 down, shall we? We're gonna have to make a decision. We on something in life. Let's go. Even she feelings, you heard me? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 30 in the rear view. Comfortable. She senses something is going on, because she's been like right up under me, and that's Sweetie's baby. That's baby. She been on my heels, and that's cool. So I need to ease everybody's pain. Mine, hers, the house, everybody. Here's the situation. This is how I believe I need to do something. And sitting still and doing nothing is not the answer. So we can just take that off the board. Doing nothing at all is not an option. So now we eliminated that. And here's the reason why for eliminating doing nothing. When I first got into this market of investing in crypto, I put a little bit of nothing, a little bit. So I could say roughly off of 10 bands, 10 G's, 10,000, 10 racks, however you want to state it. I made maybe about over $100,000 back then. This is 4 or 5 years ago. And in them 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't take none of that shit out. Not even my initial investment. I was so, look at this shit is crazy. And as in all cycles, it keeps going. Not keep going. It returns back to where it was, or somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Something happens, it reaches its threshold, and then turns over. And I was just right back where I started from. A little higher than I was, but it wasn't where I was at. Dig that. And I I wrestle in my mind with the fact that, damn, if I'd have took something out, if I'd have took half out, if I'd have took a little more than the half out and left the initial investment in there and took all the rest, which was profit, took all that out, when the market finished doing its cycle and came back down here at the bottom somewhere up in here, before going back, I could have been making or purchasing and buying a bigger stake in the things that I had, adding on a few other things, utilities, because all I deal is in real world use case, real world utilities, things that solve problems. I'd have been way higher than where I am right now. Always, not daily, but it's always there. It just takes a little bit of something, boop, to spark it and bring that shit whole way back. Like, damn, if I would have, So, in other words, I can't live with that shit for a second time around. So that's why taking no action is not an option. As hard as it is for me to just say, and push it and pull it over here. Do you want to live with that shit again? And that's not just an investment. It's whatever you got going on in your life. Do you want to live with that shit again? 40 going down. Kick back, baby, little baby hand. Let's go. Came right back behind me. 3, you want to wait till I finish this set, boo. 6. 40. Be right back. And I'm back, shorty. Yeah. So, can't live with that. They call it round tripping. Round tripping. You done took the trip. You on board. Got to the point where, hey, yeah, it's all where it crack off at. Missed the motherfucking boat, train, plane, whatever. And you're going all the way back around again. Round tripping. I've already round tripped. It's a learning lesson. Many people have done it. I'm not searching out the people who have round tripped a couple of times. This is like easy to say, hey, if you round trip the first time, don't round trip the second time. But there's always different circumstances, different things that's popping off. Because what cracked off the last time versus what's cracking off right now is different. And I keep hearing that shit too. This time it's different. This time it's different. Blockchain backers say, Is it? Because looking at the history and the data, which that's where you can get your facts, when this has been happening, like cutting rates. Hell yeah, cutting rates is good. Yeah. But in here, when they cut, it show a little bitty pump, boop, and then that shit, it cut, boop, pops up a little bit. This has been throughout each of these cycles. And then there's just other different factors that he's layering on top of that. And then there's other factors that he's layering on top of that. Like, well, in the past, in so-and-so cycle, in this cycle, in that cycle, in this cycle, these things have been happening consistently. You can feel what you want to feel. You can say what you want to say. All of them could do the fuck the same. But this history and this data and these numbers, dates, are not lying. So what do? With everything that I said and how I feel about this guy, I found myself saying, I hope you're wrong. Ninja Turtle. If you don't get your head out your ass and do what your spirit is telling your ass to do, like when you got your ass off of your ass and went to go see your partner, how many times you got to be warned? How many times you going to ignore what it is that you feeling inside yourself? Alarms and bells going off. You like, fuck it. Then you find out later, like, hey, what kind of bells was those? It was a fire alarm because it was a fire. That's why you burnt the fuck up. So, to myself, stop ignoring the bells, the flags, the signs, the whistles, the claps, the yelling. Do something. Halfway going down. For y'all, do something. You heard me? Act. Act on it. In the rear view. That look goofy. It felt goofy. Hey, it amazes me and not amazes me at the same time that a lot of shit that I say comes full circle and are somehow intertwined with each other. Like this shit. Having options. If I do nothing, which is off the table. If I do nothing, I lessen. I cut into my options. That's no bueno. That's no bueno than a motherfucker. Don't I be on here talking about having options? Ain't nothing like having options. Having a option. Having no option is one thing. Having a option is like, okay. Having options is way more beautiful than the other two. I think we all can fucking agree on that. So in order for me to have options, I'm going to have to take some action. That action is I'm going to have to take out some shit. I don't have to take it all the way out. I just take it and put it in a stable coin or something. Leave it be. Let it sit and let's see what this market does. If he's wrong, woo, okay. Then I'm already at the halfway mark. I just slide it back in there. I've lost my place in my position of where I bought several things at the prices that I bought them at. But it's okay. I will still be able to benefit from it starting to go up and it's showing all the signs of, hey, we're going to go ahead and complete this cycle, or he's fucking correct. And that shit starts to tank because the season is over with. The cycle is over with. And I will have a nest egg. I will have a nest egg and plenty of it. Pay the tax on it. Set some in there and let it sit. Take something, handle some bills. Shit, I don't know. Pay off Sweetie car or something. I'm sure she gonna sit this like, oh yes, bravo. You know, but the rest of it I'm gonna sit on it until this motherfucker bottom out, and then I'll be back purchasing big goop gobs of what I spent, what I took out, what I've taken out, and getting a few extras. But I would be in a larger position, not round tripping and not doing what I did the first time around. Because I could sit with that shit again, but I don't want to. That shit makes my belly button itch. You dig that? Fuck that. Take action. 60. Going down. Shorty. Let's go. Let's work this shit out. We working it out. That's what I'm doing. Talking to me, talking to you, talking to us. Yeah. Get that. That's 60 up in that rear view. Yeah, that's 60 in that rear view. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Doing something and preparing for a better tomorrow. Though I wish I could just, what's the commercial? I don't know if it was George Foreman Grills or some kind of cookery situation or whatever. They'd be like, hey, just take this, set it in there, set it and forget it. Yeah, I wish I could just set it and forget it. But that's not an option either. It can and will be later down the line. But I have to do something now in order to get to that way further down the line in the position in which I have in my head. And that is in this same type of situation with more money. I could leave some shit where it is. Not have to sweat and trip on it. Because that is long term, even though I'm looking at this whole situation in a long-term view anyway. But in order to get to that, something has to be done now. There were steps that have to be climbed, blocks that have to be moved, switches that have to be flipped, and whatever else you want to throw up in there. Either way it go, some things have to be done in order to reach that destination, in order to reach that finish line, that goal. And I'm determined to get to where it is that I have in my head. Some people be like, oh, 10 million and I'll be cool. Some people 250 million. 500,000 million. 500,000 million. You get my point. Me, the numbers, I don't get caught up with the numbers too much. I just say this. I want enough to do whatever it is that I want to do, whenever I want to do it, however I want to do it. However that looks to you. But I just want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. Plan for it or not plan for it. Just like, hey, who feel like going to Egypt? Shit. That's what I'm talking about. And gosh, golly, darn it, damn it, me. I'm gonna make it happen, shorty. Set me going down. All this shit is on me. Holla. Yeah, that. Yeah, I most definitely had to get my ass out here and work this out. Work this out. Say it out loud versus keep conversating with it inside my head. As well as put it out here for anybody else that is going through something like this, but just might be a different subject. Dig that. Because you can look at one thing, and whatever that one thing is, you can relate that shit to a variety of different things. You can do that. A lot of people probably don't, but you can. It makes you see things very different. And at the same time, see how things are so similar. Like, damn, I could take that and apply that to that. It's the same shit. Some things and some people make shit seem so complicated for whatever reason. Make it look like they really doing some shit. You ever see somebody doing a job and be like, damn, I wonder how you do that. Then you ask the person, hey man, how did you do that to get that to where you go? Hey, excuse me lady, how did you get to where? Well, I had to ooh, I had to bang bang, and then I had to wop wop, and I had to stomp loop, then I had to get the boo boo, then I go to boom, and it took some years, then I had to wop wop. You went through the unemployment office and got signed up? Why didn't you just say that? You act like you had, oh good Lord. What do you do in that job as a so-and-so blah 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 ologist? Oh, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, I do this. And then to go in there and find out that a motherfucker just be in the window observing some shit. It's like playing whack-a-mole. When something over there happens with it, I push this button. And when so-and-so go there, I push this button. You make it seem like you in the trenches and you had to grab your information, observe things, take it in, process it, relate it to other things. Break it down to what works for me. Break it down to its simplest form. Because all this smoke and mirrors and all the aesthetics. When you strip all that shit away, just like a car, just a wheel, a frame, steering wheel, and a gas tank. They all got them, except for the EVs. 80 going down, but when you strip all that shit away, it's motherfucking all the same. You heard me? Simple. I like to keep it simple. Get it? Fuck all that. $80. Yeah. Burpees seem a little hard today. And I know one is these kids got into the one weather change. Feel like trying to get and catch a bug. Good Lord, I ain't claiming that. Ha ha, yeah. Devil, you a lie. And these kids, yeah, touch everything. Give me a hug. I love you. Back up. I said, cough and cover your mouth. It's trying to get me. It's trying to get me, shorty. And I had to get my ass out here into it. Like I said, to work this shit out. Work out the thoughts. Work myself out, because myself, we needed it. Keep some regularity and some consistency in me, for me. Sometimes, a lot of times, well, for me, it's a good thing. It's a great thing. It's one of the go-tos. This wasn't a go out to the park and sit with the ducks day. This was a get your ass out here and monster mash some shit. Talk to yourself and talk to others, just in case this is something that they needed to hear, whomever that may be. Whether it's financial, whether it's just the life that you live in, the situation that you're going through, but it still has the same principles. You have to make a move or not make a move, not do nothing, which is making a move, but you lessen your options. Given it, some situations require you or may require you to do nothing at all because you may make the situation even worse. For sure, but that's up to you in your situation to figure that one out. You know, getting in the mix of these two arguing or whatever case, hey, you might need to do nothing. Because interjecting yourself may make the shit worse. So we understand where we at with it. Yeah. Okay. 90 going down. Shit. What we doing? What we doing here? Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Folk up in the bed. Uh-huh. Yeah. Good Lord Almighty me. This stuff trying to get I. Making moves like a Jedi. That's too easy, whatever. Options. Ain't nothing fucking like having some options. Instead of being pushed into a corner, whether you see one way out or see no way out. That's not good. But having the option to choose a path that'll work. It ain't the one that you wanted, but the one that you wanted, the world has closed its curtains on it. So now, the only thing you have left is the things that are on this side of the closed curtain. Do your best to put that shit, what's on this side of the curtain, put it out your mind as best as you possibly can, because you need to concentrate with what's on this side of the curtain, which you can see. That's going to be in your face every single day, every hour of the day. Yeah, that. Because that's what's there. What you gonna do? In a lot of these situations, like this right here, it's about me being honest and truthful with myself. Like I say, could we do that shit over again and round trip and all that shit? Yeah, but fuck that. That shit is brain wrecking. Because I'm left with what could have been. And that what could have been really turns into what should have been. And that should is because you should have taken action. Then you wouldn't be worried about what could have been, because that shit would be non-existence. It'll be on some other different shit that you would be on, but you ain't on that other different shit because you still over here. Waddling in a fucked up decision that you have made. Ignoring the ultimate yourself. Let's put this 100 in the rearview, shall we? Can't keep fucking ignoring myself. Don't keep fucking ignoring yourself either. Whatever that may be. Dig that. Hundred. Yeah. That's 100 in the rear view. And tell them what that shit do. Cut it out. Now we done. Quit ignoring yourself. Plain and simple. Stop ignoring the signs. Plain and simple. If you don't, there is a consequence to pay. And with them consequences, whatever they may be or it may be, it's in between those. Are you able to deal and live with whatever that brings? If you can, kudos to you. If you can't, then your ass better make a move, or you're gonna suffer the consequences. It's as simple as that. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Make it to where you have options. Having no options is fucked up. Having options is, hey, the party right here, hey. With that said, get your ass out there and speak to somebody. Hello? How you doing? You never know how that's gonna change your life or their life. Drop some PE on their head, and if you don't know what that is, that's positive energy. Bloop, bloop, drop it on them. If it comes back, it's Bombay, and if it don't, It's okay. You have done your piece and your part to change this world one person and one situation at a time. And that's all you can do. And that's all I expect of you. Invest in yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, and any other leads you can find. Please go ahead, throw them on your favorite whatever, and take that bite out of life. Let's go. Make somebody smile today, even if it's yourself. Gone. And I'm still here, and you know I ain't cutting shit. Peace.